It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. That is Jackal from their debut self-titled release with She Loves My Cock. And Jackal, celebrating their 25th anniversary, they got a new CD out there. It's kind of like a greatest hits compilation. And have we gotten any offers to get, say, Jesse on the show at all?
I have not seen anything on the Jackal release, so I would say no at this point.
Not yet. They haven't done it yet.
We could reach out. Don't you have his phone number?
It's been such a long time. I think, isn't Chip the one promoting that?
He might. We'll figure it out. I'll figure out who's promoting him, and I'll reach out to them.
Actually, Chip, I'm going to meet Chip face to face next week too.
Well, look at you, Mr. Name dropper. You.
Well, I was informed that he would be at the Red Rain show next week.
Wow, look at that.
That's what I was being told anyway.
Look at that. Very fancy.
So it would be an honor to say hello to Chip of Chipster PR.
Well, look at you, just rubbing elbows with everybody.
Yeah. Well, you should just make it up for the show.
Who, me?
Yeah, just come on up.
Yeah, that's not happening.
No, I'm just not going to make it.
No, I'm skipping. I'm going to sit here and watch more episodes of Shameless.
Nice.
Since that's what I do these days.
Right.
Although today, pretty productive, actually. I actually got some writing done today. I actually recorded and edited the first chapter of the audio book for the Motley Crue book.
Okay.
So got that going. Man, is that fucking weird to do. It just is. It's hard. It is, it's hard to read your own work.
Right.
And not make it sound like you're reading.
Sure.
I actually sent it off to Kelly today to have her listen to it. She came back with a, because she's heard me do radio, obviously.
So for her, it was an enthralling listen.
Yeah, to her it was like, all right, it sounds like you're reading. I was like, well, I was, I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get every word and trying to put emphasis in it, but it is reading. How do you do that?
Right.
How do you do that and actually provide what you're selling? I could do another completely different thing where I just talk about each chapter, but then it wouldn't be the audiobook, would it?
No.
So,
you need to get William Shatner to read your book.
Wouldn't that be good?
Back in 1981, Motley Crue rose out of the LA metal scene as a glam band.
That would be better than what I've done with the first chapter. Anyway, the first chapter, and I'm probably being my own worst critic because it's really kind of weird to sit here and listen to myself, but whatever. I'm going to do it because I have had a lot of fans that have told me that they want me to do it. So the Motley book is short. That's really the reason I'm doing it. The Motley book is short, and I can get a feel for how long it'll take to see if I want to do that for Victories or Call Me Chris or the Korea book or whatever. So I'm giving this one as my test run, but I don't especially love it yet. That's for damn sure.
I am loving this.
Not really.
So it's like take two.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fuck. God damn it. It's a lot of that. I'm keeping all that stuff so that I can probably make a choke reel, I'm going to call it, I guess, at the end of me just stuttering on stuff.
Right.
Because, and then I'll just have like one MP. You remember the warrant thing at the end of, was that at the end of Cherry Pie, maybe?
Right.
With every time they said fuck on stage or whatever. Sure. I'm going to do the same type of a thing.
You're going to have an outtake reel.
Yep, exactly.
Nice. Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air. Well, I guess nobody's there now. They keep calling and then hanging up.
Well, and then they'll call back, maybe.
Probably. Well, speaking of loving my cock.
Yes.
Get this. People are fucked up around the world.
What?
A pregnant wife shoves chili peppers into a mistress's vagina because the mistress obviously loved her husband's cock. Hail and kill caller, you're on the air.
Hello, this is Jan Patrick from Finland.
Hey, what's up, Jan? What's happening over there in my fatherland or motherland? What is it? Is it the fatherland or motherland?
Whatever you want.
Whatever I want.
You know, yeah, whatever you want.
Okay.
You know, that fucking Motley Crue book, forget about it.
The audio book?
Yeah, forget about it. The Motley Crue book, forget about it. No one wants to listen to it. No one wants to read about it. Forget about it.
Well, that's a message to you, Chris. What is your retort?
I've had plenty of people waiting for the pre-order, so I'm going to sell to them.
Are you not a fan of Mr. Nicky, Jan?
Mr. Who?
Mr. Nicky 6.
Mr. fucking asshole. I don't give about the flying fuck about Mr. Nicky.
Yeah.
I don't give a flying fuck about that fucking girl who's a fucking idiot.
So
I think she's a nigger, and I don't give a shit about niggers.
Yeah. Well, Jan, if you haven't had any pussy in like 10 years, would you still not fuck that chick because she's a fucking asshole?
I would never fuck her. I wouldn't fuck her if I never get a pussy. I would never fuck her. But hey, I would never read a book if I got a book about Motley Crue. I would never read about it.
Even if Chris signed it to you personally, you would still never read it?
Well, maybe. If Chris signs it, then I would maybe read it.
Well, Chris, I think at the end of the end of the audio segment, you say this book has been dedicated to Jan Patrick, the CMS fan from Finland, and he would listen to it.
Yeah. I think it should be like that, you know.
I'll dedicate it like I've done the last 3. It'll be dedicated to my grandfather, my dad, Lemmy, and Jan.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Great.
So what's on your mind tonight, Jan? Aside from I hate Motley Crue and I would never read a fucking book about them.
You know, I was reading about Ron Dio coming to Finland.
Who's coming to Finland?
Ronnie James Dio.
Oh, Ronnie James Dio, the hologram.
Yeah.
Are you going? Or
he's coming to Finland. And I was like, what the fuck?
Well, Jan, you're a hardcore metal guy. What are your thoughts on doing a hologram of Ronnie James Dio?
I'm a hardcore Ronnie James Dio fan. You know, my first gig my first foreigner gig was a Ronnie James Dio in '87.
Okay.
And there was a Craig Golding guitar, and I was like, what the fuck? Who is that guy? And Ronnie James Dio coming to Finland in a hologram. What the fuck?
So you
what
can't.
The fuck is going on?
So you can't agree with that. Do you think it's sacrilege and blasphemy?
You know, I've seen Ronnie James Dio many times, and that Ronnie James Dio is God to me. You know, he's God to me. He's something that, you know, I respect. But hologram of Ronnie James Dio. What the fuck is going on in this world?
Well, if you got a telegram inviting you out to the hologram, would you go?
Telegram going to a hologram. All right. You got it. Yeah. Not in a million years.
No.
But
so if you saw Wendy Dio walking in the street in Finland with the Ronnie James Dio hologram show, would you walk up? Would you walk up and kick her in the cunt and say, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, I would go there and, you know, check with her, and be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Chris, any thoughts?
No, I'm just listening. I'm gathering information.
You know, I don't give a shit about holograms of niggers. You know, niggers. There can be holograms of niggers all the time. I don't give a shit. But hologram of Ronnie James Dio, that's a sacrilege.
Well, who is the hologram of a nigger that you've seen?
There has been some niggers. I don't give a shit. Some fucking, what are they? I don't give a shit.
Who would it be? Was it a rap guy?
Some rap guy, yeah.
Yeah, maybe Tupac?
Yeah, Tupac, yeah. That was it, yeah. I don't give a shit about hologram of Tupac. But hologram of Ronnie James Dio, that's a fucking sacrilege.
So you won't be going to the show?
Well, maybe I will. But hey, if there's a live band, there's a Ronnie James Dio band in there playing.
Right. It is with Ripper Owens and Oni Logan will also at certain places be the singers as well as Ronnie James Dio's hologram.
Yeah, that's the Ronnie James Dio tribute band.
Right.
That's the whatever. I don't give a flying fuck what it's called. Name, but Dio is Dio. That's, you know, I love Dio.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Dio, and then there is something else.
So what you're saying, Jan, is that you were a fan of Dio?
No, never.
No?
There is Dio, and there is someone else. Dio is you know, whatever. I don't give a shit about any fucking holograms. But Dio is Dio.
Right. So what you're saying is that Dio, he's Dio.
Hey, you got it.
There we go. All right. Just making sure I got it.
Great, Chris. Hey, write a book about that.
That's the name of the title too. Dio is Dio.
Right.
Yeah, that should
and then in parentheses it says "fuck the holograms."
Right.
Yeah, that should be a good book. You know, Dio is Dio.
You would read that, right, Jan?
I would read that, but I would never read the fucking Motley Crue.
Yeah, fuck that Motley Crue shit.
19. What the fuck is that? Hey, come on, Chris. You can do better than that.
Yeah, Chris.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to offend with my book choice.
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah. Don't fucking do a book like 1994 Motley Crue. Who gives a shit?
Will you read the one that I'm
about it?
Jan, will you read the one that I'm writing after it? That's going to be a book on Judas Priest's Turbo album.
Yeah, I would read about that.
All right, see, that's already started
I would read
too.
about. Yeah, that Turbo album is good album.
See, but there's a lot of people that would say, I would never read a book about Judas Priest Turbo.
Yeah, but they are fucking morons.
Yeah.
Well, there's that point.
I think you're onto something, Jan.
And my manager says, don't read a book about fucking Motley Crue. That's a fucking asshole band.
And your manager says you have to go.
That's right. And I'm fucking gonna quit my manager.
Get a new manager.
I'm gonna get new manager just like Bob Leather.
Right, exactly.
So fuck you niggers.
Ow.
Wow.
Jan's on a tear tonight.
Yeah, no kidding.
Look at that. He doesn't want to read your Motley book.
Yeah.
Screw you and your Motley book.
Well, that's sad. Because it's already written. It's coming out.
Well, look at Jan reaching directly out to the author.
Well, look at that. Who else gives you those kind of opportunities?
Yeah, you got to direct contact with the author.
Nathan from Kentucky, next book up for Chris, Tora's Surprise Attack.
Exactly.
Come on, I have a theme behind these books. They're about albums that changed either the way music was played commercially or the fan base within the band. You know, and Motley Crue 94 certainly changed the fan base, don't you think?
I believe so.
I mean, there are people like me that think it's the greatest record that Motley Crue ever did. And then there's a bunch of people that are just like, that album sucks dick and it fucking shouldn't say Motley Crue on the cover. You know, so it cut the fan base in half. And that's why I chose that one to write about.
It did, and it launched John Corabi's commercial career.
Yeah. Well, it's the same with not even kidding. The next one that I'm writing is Judas Priest Turbo, which I've actually tooled around a little bit with and have started. But that's the same way. People loved Judas Priest right up until Turbo, and then they were like, "Ooh, what the fuck happened?"
Right.
You know, and a lot of people hate that record, but some love it. I love it. Some hate it, but you know that's a good one because it does emotion. Another one that's on the list is Megadeth's Risk. No one loves that, but you know that's an interesting one to write about. So
I remember distinctly that was the beginning of your and I kind of friendship. That was when you invited me to the WMMS studios for that metal show, and that was released, and you know you were taking calls from the callers who listened to that metal show to get a alternate title to that CD, and it was called like Beer Coaster, Frisbee,
right?
You know, stuff like that.
Yeah. No, I know. It's that's kind of what I'm going for with these books, and they were
albums that were controversial.
Yeah.
For various reasons, whether it was a change in direction, change in singer, change in style.
Right.
You know, trying to stay current with the current music trends.
Right. And I mean, you read my Motley one, right? Or my Metallica one,
I did.
And it's just fun. It's not like it's like some serious.
No, it's your take on the commercialization. We're reaching the pinnacle of commercialization for Metallica,
right? And
making them an MTV band or a mainstream band, as opposed to an underground metal band, and how that changed the whole face of everything.
Right, exactly. And you know, it's just a fun read. It's a quick read. You know, it's quick, easy, and fun. That's all these are.
Yep.
So take it easy, Jan. You'll get a big, thick book from the Korea Army, Arizona time. That's coming too. Although I haven't worked on that in forever. So
yeah, well, too bad the last chapter isn't going to be written over Labor Day.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of out.
Yeah, fuck those guys. I'm not reading that book now.
I know, dude. So much bullshit going on around that thing, and I'm not mad or anything, but it's like now I did ask everybody if I could use their names, and now people are backing out of using their names. Now that I've sent some samples around, people are like, I don't know if the wife is going to like that or
the wife.
Things that I did when I was.
This
20.
was stuff before I met you, wife. Sorry, I had a life before you came into the picture.
Some of those things that I did when I was 21.
Yeah, so what?
Public and, dude, it is. Look, and again, not slamming anybody, just saying the honest truth, which is that people love to hide their bad shit from their past.
So what? The thing is that this whole happened before, and you still married me anyway.
Yeah, but but maybe they'll look at me different now
big deal.
If they have to relive the horrors.
The horrors! You weren't even there. Suck it up, Buttercup.
I know. Well, I'm going to change everybody's names just to.
Oh, what? That's a bitch move.
What am I going to do? I mean,
I know you can't legally do that, but still, just the fact that these people participated in this shenanigans, debauchery, whatever you want to call it, just because their wife or significant other would be upset about it. It's just like you met me at a point where this was all behind me. It doesn't matter what I did yesterday. It's how I conduct myself from today forward.
That could be job too. And
I get that. I get that too. People are super sensitive about that stuff.
It just sucks that we're in an environment these days that what you did, like you're almost condemned to keeping your little secrets. You're almost condemned to be secretive.
Right.
Because you can lose relationships, lose, wives, girlfriends, whatever, lose jobs. I mean, it's ridiculous to think that some shit that if you got a good job now, 30 years later, that you could literally lose it because you talk about something you did when you were fucking 21. We're all fucking in our 50s or late 40s, early 50s.
Right.
And that's just insanity. And I get it. That's why I'm not shitting on anybody. I'm really not. I'm not mad.
No, you're just vocalizing the reality.
Yeah, and the reality is that it just is this climate that we're in right now. Anybody that could say, yeah, this isn't too bad is a fucking idiot. They're too dumb to live in society. So they need somebody to fucking tell them what they can say, or they need somebody to tell everybody else, you can't say that because it somehow hurts my pussy. Bunch of fucking fairies.
You can't say fairy.
Yes, I can, because I don't have a boss.
It's offensive to fairies.
You know what? I don't have a boss. I don't have a wife, so fuck it. I'll say whatever the fuck I want.
Right.